Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay of Infinitode 2. So welcome to another tutorial video, and in this video I'm gonna talk about the start research. This is something that many of you have requested. I've talked about it in different live streams or like in parts of different videos, but I've never done a specific in a dedicated video. So this is my goal. Now start research is the research that you find right here on the left side, and there are only two requirements for this research. The first one is going to be the stars, and the second one is going to be green papers, and that's it. So there is no need for like resources or items or any of that stuff. And now the stars can be obtained as you complete the levels. So both the tutorial levels and each level is going to award you stars other than sandbox, depending on if you meet certain requirements. Now most levels, the requirements are going to be a certain amount of waves. For example, in level 1.1 you gain the first star if you complete 15 waves, second star if you complete 24, and then the third star if you complete 35. Yeah, each level is going to have different requirements, and now certain levels, for example level Rumble and Dev, are going to have different requirements. So you gain 1 star if you can complete wave 100, then you get another star if you complete a score quest, and then another one if you complete a resource quest. So they are a little bit different, and yeah, that's pretty much how it works. So depending on how many stars you gain and how many stars you have, you can of course progress through the research. There aren't enough levels in the game yet in order to get and unlock all the research, so you're gonna always have to choose. You're gonna have to sacrifice certain upgrades to get other ones in order to have the most important ones, and that's exactly what I'm gonna show you. You can always reset your start research with accelerators. So these pretty much coins that you have in the game that you can obtain as you play the levels and as you complete quests in many different ways. And now each of these upgrades is linked to the previous one. So you're not going to be able to unlock it unless you have the previous ones unlocked. And so in this first part, I'm going to show you this first kind of research. So which are the most important upgrades that you're going to unlock as you just play out the game. So when you start the game, when you are playing the levels, you're getting the stars on the levels, you're unlocking your towers, and you're just completing the story. Which are the most important upgrades that you're going to focus on? And now the first milestone is actually this one right here. This wave interval, this extra 4 seconds. This one, it's the one that you want to rush. So you want to just get it as quickly as possible when you have enough stars. And this is really helpful because it's going to increase the time that you have to defeat all the enemies in a wave before the next one comes out. It's going to award you more force wave bonus because there is more time between the waves. And especially early on, this is very, very nice. And you can really see the difference when you're playing. So yeah, this is the one that you really want to rush. Then you're gonna go for coins per minute, and then I just recommend to go for this bottom path. For example, right here, you can also go for green paper bonus, so you gain a little bit more green papers, which early on can be pretty useful. Then you go for damage. Right here, you can also unlock this extra bounty, which is useful to get more coins, right? You can place the bounty down and the bounty can give you more coins. So that's another way. Attack speed, you can go once again for this extra green paper bonus to gain more green papers from your games. And then you continue on this path right here. I don't think that early on having this enemy speed reduction is very important, but if you want to, you can also go for this too, right here, to unlock enemy speed. Then you go here, you go on the other side, like this, right? You can see that you unlock more freezing, you unlock different like general stats. These stats, unless they have something in the brackets, are gonna be general stats. This one, for example, is attack speed for the modifier. So in this case, this one is pretty useless, but this one is attack speed for all the towers. Then you go here. Another very important upgrade is tower upgrade price reduction. So your upgrades cost less coins, so of course you can get more. Another one that you can get if you want to is more bounties. So like you increase how many coins, maximum coins your bounties can give. Yeah, this is something that again you can get or you can avoid getting. Then you continue up here, another wave interval, another 2 seconds, very nice, right here. Then range, then another tower upgrade price reduction. And then just recommend to go up here so that you have, for example, more damage, right? 6% more damage. You have more attack speed as well that you can have. Then I just recommend to go for this shorter path so that you unlock this bonus power per tower level until level 10, which as well very early on it's pretty useful. It makes your towers slightly stronger, which is nice. And you can see that I have 42 stars remaining, so I have many more stars I could use. Different upgrades, for example here, as I said before, enemy speed, so the enemies are more slowed. Then you can go for this in case you're using abilities as well. You can go for abilities energy regeneration time. So this one once again is that you can use more abilities more often, but very early on I wouldn't really recommend to get it because it's like you're not gonna have that many abilities. But yeah, it's something that you can have if you want to. Experience multiplier, again bonus power per tower level after level 10. It depends on which stage you're at the game and how many stars you have. You can see here that I'm running out of stars. So yeah, it just depends on that, if you can afford it or you can't. And I would say that these are like the core upgrades. I wouldn't really think there are many others that you need. So yeah, I would say that these ones are like the most important ones. Remember just the order on the progress. So yeah, that's just it. Now the second star research that I'm going to show you is the one that you have when you complete all the story. So you defeat level 5.8, you unlock endless, so you start playing on endless, right? Lowest difficulty, and at this stage you have to start completing the quests. In order to reset, to reach 25%, you reset, and you do it again, and then you reset again. You have to sell as well 5 custom maps for more than 50 tickets. Those are the requirements in order to unlock the prestige tree, right? And especially unlocking loot frequency and loot rarity. And at this stage, in order to be able to complete the quests faster, you can do this thing. So you just reset once again with accelerators, and then you straight away go for this additional quest slot right here. Now this one requires a lot of stars. See, it's 120 stars needed. But this is gonna give you that extra quest slot, and that's gonna allow you to complete quests faster. And therefore, in this process in which you are just completing quests, it can just speed up the process. So yeah, this is something that I would recommend you to do. It's true that it makes your towers weaker because you lose like wave interval, you lose other benefits, but yeah, the additional quest slot can really help you to progress through the quests faster. So that's just something that I recommend that you can do. Now, after you complete the quests, right, you reset them twice, you sell the custom maps, and you unlock the frequency loot rarity, is when you start farming 6.3. And now there is a specific star research for 6.3 that you're gonna need, and that's what I'm gonna show you right here. So once again, resetting, you continue up here, and for 6.3, you don't need wave interval, so you don't have to spend these 6 stars here. You can just go for coins per minute, and that's it. So you don't even need to go for this one because there are no waves in 6.3, so that's why it's pointless. Once again, in case you need the green peppers, you can go for this additional green pepper bonus here and this one right here. All right, you don't need bounties as well because in 6.3 placing bounties it's pointless, so because there are no waves, so you can avoid also getting that particular upgrade. Then here is very important that for 6.3 you go for the additional mining speed of the modifier, and you go for additional mining speed of the miners. And this is as well to spawn more enemies, to get more sources, more loot. So that's why you're gonna get it. As well, very important for 6.3 is getting the enemy speed reduction this slows down the boss. So if you're using the FAK strategy, you can make the boss to reach your base more slowly, so you can get your loot to become even more rare. So that's another must upgrade for 6.3. And then the last two must upgrades are gonna be loot rarity right here, and loot frequency, which is up here. Here we go. So 20% loot frequency and then 5% loot rarity through the star research. At this stage as well, your towers should be stronger. You should be able to get them past level 20, maybe level, I don't know, 30 or 40, right? So bonus power after level 10, it's very useful in this case. You're always gonna go for towers price reduction because it's very nice. For farming 6.3 for the FAK strategy, you don't actually need the abilities generation time. But if you're using 6.3 to farm resources, then yes, this one it's useful. So yeah, it just depends. Like just for looting, it's not useful. If you're using it to farm resources, then, or like to compete for leaderboards, then yeah, it's useful. So it just depends. And then at this stage, like whatever stars you have remaining, just use them on any upgrade that can make your towers become stronger. So for example, like here, more damage, right? More attack speed here, and then more attack speed down here. And yeah, like whatever other things you can get. For example, here, I don't know, like this additional attack speed, right? Also, projectile count for splash. Sometimes it's useful early on because you don't have it max, so more projectiles, and that's it. This is pretty much the start research for 6.3 for looting, and you don't need any more weapon trouble. You don't need bounties here or bounties there, so you have a lot more of other stars that you can use for mining speed, for enemies speed reduction, for loot rarity and loot frequency. Now the last different start research that I want to show you is the one for leaderboards, because this is once again something that you can have in the game. You know, you're gonna be competing on the normal leaderboard, and that can actually help you to compete, you know, here for the positions and to eventually get rewards at the end of the season. So in case you are looking for that, so you're looking for a start research that can help you for leaderboards, then once again you're gonna need waving trouble. We're gonna need this one. Also, coins per minute, it's pretty useful early on. Then at this stage you don't need green peppers because you're not really doing the level to farm. You just want to survive, right, as long as possible. So that's why, again, here mining speed very important to get more score as well. Enemy speed reduction, I don't remember if this one is actually useful for leaderboards, so I'm gonna just leave it there for the moment. And you want to unlock as well here, very important, the energy generation time, because this is gonna allow you to have more abilities. Once again, the extra bounty, well, it depends on how many you have. Like if you have already completed a lot of trophies and therefore you have like already 6 bounties that you can place, I would say that you don't need this 7th one because it becomes so expensive that it's not really that useful. So I would just go for maybe the extra coins, right, from the bounties, but not really for the additional bounty. And here, right, you don't go for loot rarity, you don't go for loot frequency because once again you don't care about that. You wanna go as well for damage, and I will argue here that probably maybe Fireball, and just to unlock bonus power per level until level 10 could be useful, right, to make your towers as strong as possible. Also here after level 10. And then here, like with the remaining stars, you just want to go for probably things that could be useful. Maybe here for the modifier, right, more power, so your towers are stronger. Maybe the starting health, the enemies here being slower, and yeah, it just depends on like which map. I would say it depends on which map you're playing. Like if you place a lot of modifiers or you can't, and depending on that, you just go for one upgrade or the other. And yeah, so depending on which part of the game you're at, if you're needed for endless, for 6-on-3, for quests, for leaderboards, right, you can see that you can change slightly the start research in order to adapt it, in order to have the most benefits from it. So yeah, that's it guys for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching and see ya. Bye bye.